Good morning, YouTube. JT here, Serenity Farms prepping. So, remember when Camaho, AOC, and the other commie people were informing us all about the new Green Deal and how our meat was going to be limited, if not eliminated? Well, it turns out they have a plan for that, and it involves that wonderful humanitarian Bill Gates. I know. He spends his billions only trying to help poor people across the globe. What I'm about to show you in bits of video clips about Bill Gates, Zuckerberg, Bezos, Gavin Newsom, Andrew Cuomo is going to prove to you that control the food, control the people.
Gavin Newsom and Andrew Cuomo are just a couple of the shady politicians that are helping Bill Gates, who is now America's #1 farmland owner in the entire country, 250,000 acres this guy has in his portfolio. His goal is to change what we eat, how we eat, and when we can eat through lab-based processed junk that he's going to really deliver to the masses. And how he's doing it is insane.
Okay, folks, so these are Bill Gates' current land holdings by states. As you can see, 16,000 in Washington, 9,000 Idaho, Wyoming 975, Nebraska 20.5, Arizona 25.7, Louisiana 69, and across the nation he has 2,402 acres of farmland, 25,750 acres of transitional, and 1,234 acres of recreational, for a total of 268,984 acres. So what he's doing is buying up this land and putting many small farmers out of business at the same time that he's touting he's developing a new AI system to help farmers make better use of their land. And of course, he wants to make this worldwide to help underdeveloped countries. All right, so as this humanitarian is buying up acres and acres and acres across America, he also, behind the scenes, has invested in 2 major vegan meat companies, Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods. Okay, so why would he be investing in these? And let's remember all the fast food companies that are coming out with their non-meat burgers and sandwiches that real science is proving every day that they are just chemical loaded and terrible for you. So you see where this is all going. When Camaho was talking about no meats or strictly limiting our meat intake because cows emit too much CO2 and it's about climate change. Well, obviously, that's not what it's about. Impossible Foods CEO says the meat industry will be obsolete in 15 years. That's our mission. The second paragraph. This is why I think people are increasingly aware plant-based products are going to completely replace the animal-based products in the food world within the next 15 years, Impossible Foods CEO Patrick Brown said on CNBC in a Mad Money interview. Okay, so right now you're probably saying, screw these people. Sorry, let me adjust. I'm going to eat meat whenever I want to, and nobody's going to tell me that I can't. Okay, sounds great. And I agree. But what Gates and Zuckerberg and Bezos and treasonous politicians in all these states are doing is first buy up all the possible land that they can to stop farmers from growing beef, hogs, chickens, whatever type of meat we consume. Okay? At the same time that these philanthropists and humanitarians are investing in companies who are developing the meatless replacements that they're all going to try and force feed us. At the same time, through the back door, Gates, Bezos, Zuckerberg, they are bribing politicians and getting their own legislation put into law that determines what we can eat, where we can get it, who we're going to buy it from, how much of it we can eat, if we are allowed to eat it at all, including what our individual daily caloric intake needs to be. And I can bet that one is not going to be an amount of calories that keeps people moving around at 100%. Everyone is going to be underfed, if you get my drift. Now, at the same time that all of this illegal activity, backdoor shenanigans are going on, Zuckerberg and Bezos have been granted to buy 20,000 units for affordable housing each for their employees. Okay? Amazon actually says that they have all this money for affordable housing for employees in grant form until you actually go to the page, and then on the top of the page it says loans. So here's Amazon's scam. They pay 0 taxes all year. Now, they're making gazillions on all of us who buy off Amazon. Now they're going to take some of that money and give it out in loans to employees of theirs for affordable housing, which they own and are likely receiving grants from corrupt politicians in their states. So Amazon is going to get the loan money, the interest. They had grants for the affordable housing, and they pay no taxes. You see how that's all working. Now Zuckerberg wants to do it simply to move many of his United States-based commie book operations, like in Seattle and Portland and stuff, overseas, where he can pay slave wages and save even more money. So how is this all going to work out? How are these people going to be allowed to get away with this? Well, with just about every one of the 32 executive orders to date in a hot 8 days that pedo Joe, who said only dictators do that, has signed, yeah, even the blank ones, every executive order is designed for Americans to lose jobs, pay higher taxes, and become more dependent on the government. This 1.9 trillion, what is that except an expedited attempt to collapse the economy? It looks like the stock market is going up a little bit right now based on some things. What is the pedo Joe regime wants everyone to start investing, and then when people have put their life savings into the stock market, they will intentionally crash it. Then they're literally going to have everybody where they want them. So if there is a freaking plan out there, we better get on it. So, it's time that I got my own goats, my own chickens, and we just are in the process of buying a few head of cattle. Make sure you get a bull and you get some heifers so that you can have more cattle. But taxes are going to be raised so high to try and force all of us to not be able to afford to live in the country and the rural areas. The tyrannical despot globalists want none of us to be self-sufficient. So if you have no job or a job that barely pays enough to make all the incoming high cost of everything due to inflation and taxes, sooner or later, more likely sooner, you're not going to be able to make it. Then what's going to happen? If your land isn't taken from you, you'll be offered a pittance from it, and you're going to move into affordable housing in a mega city, which is all part of the plan. The bad plan. So if there is a good plan, I'm waiting. There's millions of us waiting. We're not holding our breath waiting for it. I'm taking action to try and do whatever I can to stay where I am. You should be doing the same. Like, share, subscribe, comment, notification bell. For now, JT, signing off.